Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome to another Monster Hunter Rise Boss Bytes, in which we're going to be going after a Zinogre. This is probably also going to be the last of the low-rank Boss Bytes, because I have now unlocked high rank in the hub. No high rank in the village, because there is no high rank in the village. You can see I unlocked the 6-star quest, but it's just the monsters we already had available. So, nothing new there. This is the last of the village quests.
Take care of yourself.
But high rank means that I'm going to have to grind through all of the same monsters we already fought in harder versions before we start unlocking new monsters. Also, you can see I got the full Almudron set. I went and fought another one after we got the Mitsuzune Fin. And this actually has really good lightning defense, and I'm pretty sure Zinogre is a lightning-based monster, so it works out. We're going to use the Switch Axe because that is the weapon type I have that benefits from this armor with the faster switches.
Which quest would you like?
So that is high rank. We want low rank. I actually thought that 4-star was low rank as well, but no. It seems that the first 3 stars of hub are low rank, and then 4-star and up is high rank. I don't know how many more monsters there are in the game, though. So we're gonna go after a Zinogre. I've seen one, so we might actually have some info on what it's weak against to know what kind of weapon I should use. Because all you have to do to get this info is literally walk into one in any mission, even if it's not what you're after. Okay, so it looks like we don't know the weaknesses, though. It only filled out here, but, normally you can switch over and see the weaknesses, but we haven't hunted one, so I don't know what it's weak against, which means we're probably not going to go with an element. Then again, this Wrath Sword is pretty cool, so maybe we'll use that and hope it's not super resistant to fire. But this is another returning monster that I don't know very much about. I just know that it is something that people seem to be fond of. Presumably why it keeps coming back. And it was another one that was in Iceborne that I didn't see. So we'll go with Fighter, and now that I have high rank, we actually have these better versions of the elemental resistances, so we're going to go with significant thunder resistance. And then, I don't know. Bombardier is a nice one if we were using the gun lance, because it actually increases the damage on the shelling. But I guess we'll go with just like feet or something. Also, you can see that Kala is cosplaying as Amaterasu right now. I figured out how to equip that layered armor. It's pretty cool, and it has some little visual effects when you're riding her as well. Alright, so I guess that's all we need. Let's go. But yeah, I'm hoping there's some more cool monsters that show up in high rank.
Look upon its prowess, its movement full of spark. Its claws cut through the silence, its fangs bite through the dark. Gaze upon perfection, thunder given form. Either knock its lights out, or die fighting the storm.
I've already seen one of them because you get a cutscene after you do the 5-star quest that unlocks 6-star quests in the village. Or maybe it's in the hub. No, it actually might have been in the hub when I unlocked high rank. That shows off a new Elder Dragon, and those are of course always going to show up in high rank. Also wasn't expecting this to be a flooded forest quest. Kind of thought this would be in the snowy area. I'm not sure if this does a thing like Monster Hunter World where the high rank versions of these maps actually have some changes that expand them out a little bit, because once you hit high rank in World, there's actually like other areas of the map that would open up that were there before, but you couldn't actually get to them. Like, for example, in the forest, there's a whole upper canopy area and some cliff sides. So there's our Zinogre. He's very armored looking. I think he's seen me. Even though he doesn't look like he's seen me, but the music says he's seen me. And I fell off a cliff. Great. So yeah, it seems like at this point, all of the monsters we're unlocking are getting their own tracks instead of just the generic track. So, because of the armor we're using, you'll notice that any of the switch attacks that go between axe to sword or sword to axe are very quick compared to what they were before. So I know he goes into like a supercharged mode, which is when he gets very electric. Kind of like Tobi Kadachi, I guess. Where are you going? Yeah, see, that attack comes out way quicker now. How did that miss me? Yeah, I don't like the look of that energy floating around him. Okay, they also have a unique turf war. Ooh. I wouldn't have expected Wrathbeam to have an advantage here, because she's kind of a weaker monster. That tail attack is so good for spamming. Let's see if we can get one more in before we do the Punisher. No, we missed. Honestly, though, some of the weaker monsters are the best for mounting, like the Great Izuchi or the Kuluyaku, because you can just spam their heavy attack really quickly. Really?
Keep attacking!
Leaving already. So hopefully this doesn't take as long as the Mitsuzune fight, because I didn't realize that ended up being like a 40-minute video. But I've noticed so far that my time to kill with the dual daggers is a bit longer than either of the other weapons. I think they just can't keep up without the right skills. But later on, they will be a beast once I can actually make a proper build for them. Or so I've heard. But I've also heard people say that there's no weapon that's truly, like, off-meta in this game. They're all capable of being pretty good, which is a good thing, especially considering how many there are. You don't want to have, like, the one weapon you like be the one that's, oh, actually kind of bad. I'm assuming eventually him doing that will lead to him actually going into charged mode. One thing I don't like about the Switch Axe is not having a block or a counter. Our only option is to try and dodge. And the dodge is not very good. You know, you only do a little hop. It's the same dodge you have as the Gun Lance, but, you know, obviously with the Gun Lance you can just block instead. That was a long combo. Alright, there is its charge mode. So he's going to start having lightning attacks now. That's just, that whole screenshot was just blur of electricity. Okay, so those balls are not homing, they just kind of like curve. Even if you don't move. It's pretty cool looking when he's all charged up like this, though. God, it's sometimes hard to get them to frame fast enough when they're trying to kill you. Because I want to get them from the side where you can actually see most of the design, not just the face. I forgot to grab my items from the box as well, the freebies. Oh, I already need to ration up. See, with these stronger monsters, you definitely have to kind of hang back a little more and find your openings rather than just hitting them and letting them hit you. Well, he's not doing that much damage. But he does attack pretty quickly. None of these are even like his special attack, you know, where the character goes, he's up to something. So I'm guessing maybe this ends with a big discharge or something at the end of his anger mode.
Thanks for the support.
Really? That still hit me. I skimmed over the top of them. But I guess his whole body was hitbox.
It's all over for you. After it.
And there it goes. Alright. Say, he doesn't seem too bad. But I don't know that we've really weakened him much yet. And you can see there's the flower petals when you do a dash with the skin on. He's still charged up, though. Get out of here, Roggies. The worst is when you're fighting like some big monster and then just like a boar tackles you from behind and you take a big hit because of it. Like really the wildlife considers you the bigger threat than the giant thing. Then again, I bet the player character has killed a lot more monsters than any one monster has. This is one thing, though, that I find a little silly, is a lot of times monsters will not chase you if you fall off a ledge like this. They'll just wait for you. So you can't really, like, lead them around. They pick the arenas, you just have to go with it. Ooh, that stuns you, too. Okay. I'm aggressively wiggling the stick. Never fast enough to avoid the hit. Man, he just, like, keeps going, though. He's like Nargacuga in that he just keeps attacking constantly. I think it's gonna be a down. Yep. Like, with this weapon, I'm not feeling there's a lot of good opportunities to get serious damage in. Because there's no way to just ignore his attacks. This might have actually been one where it was worth keeping the dual blades. Alright, well, at least we can grab all this stuff while we're here. You can't really see it, but you also leave a trail of grass growing out of the ground when you run around with this outfit. Or is that just leaves? Okay, maybe it's not actually grass growing. Maybe that's when you jump off a wall. I remember seeing some kind of effect like that. Oh, there's leaves when you come out of the wall. Okami is a game I really need to play, especially because there's not a good excuse not to, considering it got a decent PC port that I bought as soon as it came out, and I just haven't actually put any time into it yet. So that'll be a video at some point. Though not from the beginning, because I remember that there's a really, really long cutscene at the start from when I tried to play it once. I was gonna, like, you know, show it to friends, and then we ended up not wanting to wait for the entire cutscene. And I think we went downstairs, and when we came back up, the cutscene was still going. So yeah, I've heard that it has a pretty long intro, including, like, tutorial stuff. So I'll probably go through that stuff on my own and then do a video after that. Someday. Well, that's a good start. Okay, the tip of his tail is armored, even with full sharpness. And, like, I could use... Oh, he's actually tired now. I could use the wire bugs to avoid his attacks constantly, but, you know, I've only got 2 of those. And you kind of need him to avoid the really bad stuff. There we go. Got a break. Didn't think he was that far back. I think I want to try to get his tail off if I can. I don't know if I'm ever going to actually hit him with that attack because of his dashes. He's always charging forward. Honestly, I think we can do a pretty good combo with the speed up on this of just switching between the 2 modes. Because you kind of go forward every time you do that.
Keep attacking!
And monsters run away really quickly in this game.
Let us move!
Excuse me.
I don't know, I feel like they didn't retreat as much in World. Then again, I do remember some of the Elder Dragons especially just constantly running away, so maybe that was always the case and it just is noticeable again here rather than being unique. That's like a fucking breakdancing flip he does. It just holds himself up with one arm.
Any last one?
Gotta keep my stamina up as well. I think anytime he stands there and howls, he's actually just charging up his next overdrive. Yep, every time. I might as well not bother because he's going to dash. Does get me out of the way of his attack, though. Okay, that's always 2 one way and then 2 the other way. Yeah, he definitely doesn't have a lot of downtime, though. Seems to be equally as aggressive as Barioth and Nargacuga. Because there's a lot of monsters where, even though they're dangerous, they have a lot of kind of breaks between their attacks. Like, even Magnamalo is not constantly attacking. Ooh, that was a cool one too. It's like a backflip tail slam. I like his design though. He's a cool monster. You can see why they keep bringing him back. And that's where I almost got punished for being greedy and not healing. I skimmed the top of him, but it didn't leave a explosive. Okay, he can also call down the lightning. I should check as well next time he runs away if he has resistance to fire. Because you can actually switch weapons mid-mission from your tent.
Thanks for the support. Some humans could learn from you.
There goes the tail. So it took off the big clubby part, but he still has the rest of it. I could be using my B move more, or my B wire dash in order to get out of the way. Because that at least has a useful effect beyond just wasting your wire bug. This is greedy. Yep. I don't think I'm going to get any of those charge-up attacks while he's in rage mode. And there he goes.
After it!
Let's see. Hunter info. Nope, Hunter's notes. Zinogre. Yeah, okay, so I think I have to actually kill one before I get that info. Pretty sure my stamina is going to go down another tick. Oh, I forgot the tail. I keep forgetting the tail. Because, like, you can't really harvest it in the middle of a fight, so you have to wait until they run away. Though there's been at least one time where I forgot about the tail until I had already killed the monster and still had enough time to run across half the map to get to it. Damn it. Keep forgetting you can't do those attacks unless your weapon's already out. I try to do the aerial attack. I feel like the only way to avoid damage when you're stunned like that is if they happen to attack the wrong way like he did there. Because no matter how hard I mash the stick, I always like just come out of the stun right when they're attacking.
The monster away.
Use my distraction fish. I can't even get my sword charged up all the way. Like, my meter has barely gone up to halfway. Oh, look, a Nargacuga. Speaking of. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. Trying to control one of these monsters is very difficult when you're trying to actually, like, ride them into another monster. It sort of auto-aims. He didn't even stay down long enough for me to get a hit on him.
Brace yourself!
Okay. Thankfully, his shit is dispelled. keep the sword charged if I want to get it up to full. So if I can get a zero-sum discharge on him, that'll actually stick. That's where you hang on. But I need to fully charge the sword for that. There we go. I actually hit him with that for once. One more hit. There we go. Charged up. I was a little weak. Let's do another one. Oh, never mind. He's running away again.
Let us move!
Gotta catch up to him before my sword runs out. Even that didn't slow him down. And then he went and just killed some random creature. And I got credit for it. Oh, he's healing. Well, not if I have anything to say about it.
I'll show you no mercy!
Okay, that was like 3 charges we got on him. I think when he stands up on his back legs like that, a good hit would have knocked him down while he's off balance. Okay, well, getting hit by a ball doesn't do very much when you're already stunned. I don't have anything fast enough to hit him while he's standing up, though. I hit up on the D-pad while I was mashing the stick. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is with Monster Hunter, you'll have these annoyances like, man, I really wish I didn't get stunned so much, or I wish that roars didn't freeze me in place or interrupt my attacks. And the thing is, you can equip stuff to negate those things, but only like one of them at a time. So if there's multiple things that annoy you, you don't have enough slots to do anything about that. You just have to pick the one thing that bothers you the most, and that's the only thing you can cancel out. And everything else is just annoying design that you have to live with. Because I felt like the roars were the thing that was really getting on my nerves in late-game Monster Hunter World, because it just constantly would happen where you're trying to pull off a big attack or whatever, and then Teostra, like, roars in your face and then slaps you down and you can't move. Because the roar does stun you for longer than it takes them to stop roaring. So they can usually get a free hit in. Of course, there's ways to ignore the roar if you have certain weapons, like, you know, you can use the shield to block them. Or at least block some of them. It seems like the shield does not block all roars. I've noticed that some are, like, big enough that they will still stun you a bit. Where the hell is this thing going? All the way to the back. I think this is its sleeping spot. Most of the monsters seem to sleep in these distant corners. And if it's sleeping, that means it's almost dead. I like how it's still overcharged when it's sleeping. Alright, now the question is, can I get a hit on it without these fuckers interrupting me with the big charge? And the answer is, I'm going to kill all these things before we do.
A major step forward!
Plus, I have an optional objective to do that. Alright, well, there they go. Grab this Butterflame for some extra damage. Grab this guy for some extra crit. And we are just going to blast this sucker. and hope that he doesn't interrupt me with a roar immediately. Nope, never mind. That was the end of him.
It's over!
And then we can do some post-mortem photography and just take pictures of its dead head. They all have like these death eyelids that I've noticed from looking up at them when they die.
Pardon my insolence.
So there's a decent number of things that I needed Zinogre pieces to make, both armor and weapons. But I'll probably have to fight more of these guys. Alright, that should be the side objective complete. Those are just little things you can take that you can do on any mission. And they'll give you some extra stuff.
Laughably easy.
Mostly armor spheres, which you use for upgrading armor. Also, the the skin I have on my feline right now is kind of like disturbing. I don't know what it is. Something about it is just like off-putting. It's called the forest feline or something like that. But he just looks like a weird little puppet. He's kind of horrible. Maybe it's because he looks too much like some kind of Ewok or something. Very uncanny. Who's my little nightmare, eh, Proust? Alright, well, that's the Zinogre. So yeah, like I said, I think that's going to be the end of low rank.
I've been waiting for you.
And then maybe I'll come back to this when I have some new high rank monsters to check out. Because right now,
Here's the quest.
you look at high rank, it's all stuff that I bought at the start of the game. And I have to get through this stuff before I can even get close to touching on new monsters. Because those show up towards the end of high rank. Maybe not towards the end, because I remember Basil Goose shows up kind of midway through high rank in Monster Hunter World, and I know that is in this game again. So we'll probably do a video on the B-52 bomber once we
See you later then.
unlock him. Now let's see what this Zinogre stuff looks like.
How's it going? Just tell me what you need.
Oh, that's high rank armor.
Looking for something new or an upgrade?
It's kind of samurai-esque, I suppose, though with a lot of fur mixed in. I like how the pauldrons don't match. They're two different pauldrons.
Just tell me what you need.
I think Zinogre is the Thunder Tree. Yeah, so this one needs parts from a couple different monsters, but it is more or less the Zinogre weapon. Kind of chainsaw-y looking. It's got like an actual chain connecting to the rest of it. Maybe that's why it's called the Shredder. And those things will like spin when you're doing the charge-up attack. I do like the look of the sword I'm using right now, though, the Rathian switch axe. Or, sorry, Rathalos switch axe.
So what can I help you with?
Those, which don't really look like they're very sharp. And then
Looking for
gun
something
lance.
new or an upgrade?
So that's decent thunder damage. But I think I'm going to not probably bother making any more weapons until I start making high rank weapons. So I still have a few more monsters to take out, and then going to focus on high rank. And
Till next time.
last thing, of course, is the buddies. Oh, not
Luck
you.
out there.
Oh, you can get them a fancy rampage sword. Also, I just want to mention that I realize now why people don't like the rampage stuff. It's because of the Apex monsters, which show up at the end. They're kind of like the bosses, and they're just super strong versions of the regular monsters. But, like, I did really well on the second rampage. I'm like, oh, this is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. And then the Apex shows up, and it literally just annihilates all of the defenses you have maintained for the whole thing. Like, they didn't even get through the second gate of the first area until the last wave, and then it literally erases the walls and the defenses and just runs past them. and it like one-shots you and the defenses. So it was a really dumb thing, and I don't know why they added that. Zinogre stuff looks pretty cool on the dog. No, it's Almudron, never mind. Zinogre. Pass on the feline. Now that you can see what either of them look like right now. But yeah, thanks for joining me for another hunt, and I hope you enjoyed once again if you're still sticking around for these. And we're taking a little break until we get some new stuff. Well, not really a break, I suppose, since these videos, who knows when they come out, but chances are I'll probably have released some of these by the time that I start recording more. Also, just noticed that he has, like, partial Zinogre armor, which you can't do yourself. That's interesting. Anyway, you folks all take care.